We're back at the Minnesota Motor Company Super Sports Saturday. What a great fall Saturday again in Lakes Country, and we are going to talk some girls swimming and diving. Joyce Monk is here for head coach Tom Uvis, and you know, Tom always says, Joyce, you're not his assistant, you're like his co-coach. You guys just co-coach together. And we were just talking a little bit. You guys have been together a long time and kind of know how each other work.
That's true. Yeah, we've been together a long time, and we kind of at the point that we can finish each other's sentence, and I know what he's thinking, and we can say, "Don't say it."
Yep.
So yeah, it's been a fun ride with Tom.
Well, you're getting to the end of the season again, and it seems like the fall season always flies. And I know, swimming season I think is probably the longest of any fall season. You might start as early as any of them, and I think you're the last one to finish usually. It seems,
Yep.
And even though it's on the calendar, it looks like it's long. When their captains were in a couple weeks ago, I said, does this season get long? And they said, oh, no, it just goes so fast. I can't believe we're at this stage already. So we're in the midst of it there and doing all the practices and the morning practices, and the meets come at you quickly. I guess it really flies, doesn't it?
It goes really fast. And so you kind of, mentally I have to gear that it's kind of like your season breaks up into two different categories. We just now finished with tech with our dual season, so that ends, because then we're kind of ending, our dual season ends with a lot of the other sports. And so now we're just starting into our championship season. So mentally you kind of look at it with, when people talk about, I was talking like Steve, who I work with, Steve Olson, he says, yeah, when they're done, and I'm thinking, wow, we have another month to go. But yet we're going into another month of a whole different type of season too when you get into the championship part. So it's exciting, and we have 17 that will be finished practicing with us as of tech, and 17 that are still in the pool right now practicing for conference, and of course sections and state. So, but it's sad to see the season come to an end. It's sad to see like the 17 that are done right now, and just want to thank them for a great season, for doing a fabulous job, and to those 17 that have given their heart, soul, and mind to our sport. And we just appreciate watching how they have grown as athletes and grown as individuals through our sport, and it's been good.
And for a lot of them, younger athletes in that group, what's going to happen the next few weeks is something they have a goal to be a part of in the next couple of years, right?
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. So I know a lot of them were not real happy to be done, but yet, as you just said, what a good goal to know that once we move into that championship season, it's not like there's only so many that can swim at conference, and there's only so many that can swim at sections, and
right.
It's a call that we have to make. So.
Well, and as coaches, then it gives you a better opportunity to kind of hone in on those who are going to be there for that competition and improve the skill set where they need improvement, and just spend more time training them for this championship.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Well, let's talk about last week, because you have competed in the section true team meet last week in War Road, and I know one of the important things about that meet is you get to swim in the pool that's going to host your section meet, and that's always good. People say, well, water's water, pool's a pool, It's getting there and getting to know the venue and getting comfortable in that environment, and even knowing where you're going to be when you're not swimming. There's a lot to getting used to a venue that's going to host a big meet like that.
That's exactly right. One of the other things that's really kind of, that I think is kind of important, is that being in our conference, we're only swimming against our conference swimmers. We get to know our conference competition quite well.
Yep.
But we never swim against our section.
True.
And so that's the gateway to state, and it's a great opportunity for the girls to see what our potential can be when we meet up in War Road again at the section. So for that reason, it's really good. And I can see some things that I saw at True Team that really is exciting, because you see the field out there.
Yep.
And also, just as you said, just to be able to know the walls, know the atmosphere, and and everybody wants to go on a 10-hour road trip in a day, and that was fun too. You got the coach, but you got the movie, so that's always good.
Yep.
But yeah, we had a great day.
Well, you finished third in the team competition against some really good competition. Park Rapids and Bemidji were 1-2. You were 3, Detroit Lakes 4, and the team scoring numbers are always high because everybody swims. That's what the true team is all about. But as you mentioned, you go there and you hope to learn a lot about the section. What did you learn about your team, Joyce, when you look ahead to sections and to thinking about how they'll compete in a different format with that section meet as opposed to the true team meet? Where did you come away thinking positively about things?
Well, as you said, we had a 3rd place finish. That's a good indicator where we hope to, or even if we can move up. And as you said, Bemidji, Park Rapids, they have some tough competition there, and so if we can end up in 3rd on that would be fabulous. But you see the competition, and you're not quite sure where it is. And to get to the state out of the section, the top 2, you have a section or a state cut time. Mm-hmm. You can get there, or you can get in the top 2.
Right.
That is a ticket to the state. So
not easy to get there.
Yeah, and I'm looking at you look at these results because the true team, everybody gets a chance to swim, and that's always fun. That has this element of pulling the team together and realizing that you were part of that high score that they have. But the results are great, and I couldn't go through the whole thing, or we'd be here until 1 o'clock.
That's true.
Some of the things that excited me is, we took Danny Ross. Danny Ross was a real deal. She got first in her 50 and the 100. That's exciting.
Yes, it is. And time drops in both events.
Yeah,
also.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. She had a fabulous meet. And just to back up a little bit, there were 2 teams that were not there.
Okay.
So I looked around. I looked at some of the competition that we have from my brain just froze. Sock
Rapids? Sock Center?
Sock Center. Sock.
Yeah. One of those socks?
One of those socks. Yeah, and they weren't there as well as Staples. And so when you look at the times, one of the competitors that's going to be coming in is Beachy from Sock.
Oh, yeah. From Staples.
From Staples.
Yeah.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
I needed you there. But other than that, I was kind of encouraged. But she's going to be tough coming in. And if she repeats what she swam last year, Danny will have a race with her in that 50. Abby Fisher, she got first in the fly in the back.
Yep.
That in itself, 2 first places, you get pretty excited.
Oh, those 2 are their competitors, aren't they?
They are very good.
Yeah.
Excellent competitors, and it doesn't look like, Abby may have a little bit of competition there in that fly, but she looked pretty solid, 3 seconds in the lead in that back.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. And they're both part of your medley relay team and your 400 freestyle relay team, and both of those teams had good races with a 2nd and a 3rd respectively. So do you feel good about the relays right now, where they're at as you look at the section?
Yeah, relays are always kind of tricky. You have to try to do the combinations that would give you the best time. You have some factors you got to factor in. Some things you factor in those relays, and it's in progress right now. Thinking about that in the next couple of other things. Stop it now.
All right.
Emily Reard. That was one I got kind of excited about. She got 3rd in the 200 IM, and that does not disclude her from a possible state trip. In the breaststroke, she got 2nd in the breaststroke, and she's going to be going against Beachy, which is an incredible breaststroker. So Emily's got some work ahead of her, but she should be very excited where she is right now.
She has really come on for you, hasn't she?
She really has.
Developed into a top-level swimmer.
Yeah, she is the real deal, and I'm only going to expect and see better things out of her. Let's see, we have some of our Elise Anderson. I'm looking at those that placed in the top 6 for the time that we don't have. Elise Anderson was 5th in the 6th, 5th in the 100, 6th in the 100. I'm sorry, 6th in the 100, 5th in the 50. Rachel Antrim, she's 5th in diving, which is real close to. Hopefully, we can go back and take that to state. Ann Childs was 6th in the 200 free. Emily Hexam was 5th in the breast, and Emily Hauk was 6th in the backstroke. Emily Hauk is one that has come along this season, and she's very much, I've seen her mature in her training and has stepped up in leadership, and she's just has really made me proud of her. But the whole team has just done a great job at that true team, and what you notice that the thing is we've had leaders, our seniors, our 4 seniors have led this team well. They've done an excellent job. We couldn't be happier with Elise Anderson, Rachel Appert, Emily Hexam, and Ann Child, our 4 seniors. They've led this team an example. They've been solid, been great trainers, and just proud of those 4 seniors. I'm going to hate to see them go.
Will you do some shuffling of relays at all? We talked about, and that's maybe something you don't know at this point, but, you look at, I'm thinking of Rachel Appert as a diver and swimming in all 3 of those relays, and she's such a help in all of them, and when you look at sections, do you think any differently about that when Rachel's trying to get back to state in diving, though she was there as a sophomore? Does that come into play in figuring out these relay teams or not?
Relays are just really tricky because there's really no ownership for anyone, and we like to tell them that anything can change in the relay. We can have a relay and we can go to the sections and we can see someone that's just striking, that's hot.
Right.
And then we have to make a call.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do here? We have someone that's just tapered, phenomenal. Or maybe we have an athlete that's a little bit flatter.
Or under the weather, even.
Or not feeling that good, or maybe things just aren't connecting. Well, we have to make that call, not based on emotion.
Yep.
We have to make that call, that gut call, and what is best for the team, and what is best to put together a team that we feel is going to perform the best for the Otters.
Right.
So we're pretty sure where things are going to go here, but then again, there's always those areas.
Mm-hmm.
And, in the past, there's been some things that we look back and we don't want to see ever happen. And, but we got a great group of kids that are mature and they've been around the block too, these kids that would be a part of this relay.
Yep.
Relays.
Exactly. Now, you did have your final duel. St. Cloud Tech, the Tigers, were victorious in their home pool. And again, we're back to relays here. You did have a first place in that 200 medley relay. And Tom and I have talked about this a lot, and I always seem to bring it up, and I'm bringing it up again here. But it's so important, especially on the road, I think, to get off to a good start in the meet. And that 200 medley relay being the first event there, it gives you such a great start, meet in and meet out, to get the momentum going, doesn't it?
It certainly does. That medley led us off, and we got first, and with a solid first, and you're exactly right. Those first 3 events, if we can get the momentum going, the kids get pumped up, it does make a difference.
Carries over from event to event,
Yeah. So St. Cloud, they had a great medley relay. That was Fisher, Hexam, Reard, and Ross that swam that 200 medley. Some of the things first of all, Tech really impressed me. That was a solid looking team. They had depth and they had some power. And really, when we go into it, we just wanted to see. We switched around some events. We had some fun things that went out there. We had some of the first time 100 flyers. We had Emily, Erica Kelly was a junior. She swam 100 free. Erica Bauer did 100 100 fly. So there's some fun things that we can look at that came out of that meet.
And Emily Reard had 2 first-place finishes for you, again, there in the 200 IM and the 100 breaststroke. And again, we just talked about how she has moved herself into that upper echelon of swimmers and showed it again there in a tough duel.
She did. She did a great job at that. And, I just really feel that when we're looking at that she is one that we're going to see at sections. I think that she's going to be surprised.
Yeah.
I think Emily is one of these that she gets that competition. She can let, she lets the,
you just
kind of out of her tank and she goes. Yeah, she's just got that. She's a competitor. Emily Hexam placed 3rd. Where am I? Emily Hexam placed 3rd at IM, which is really good. That's a tough race, and I was real proud to see. At the beginning of the race, and again at the beginning of a meet, and we had a 1st and the 3rd in that IM. We won the 200 medley relay, so we were pumped about this time.
Yep.
So, and they stepped up to the block after that and did some stuff. Anna Van Valkenburg, very proud of her. She dropped, in that IM, she dropped like 6 seconds.
Wow.
And at the end of the season, we love to see that for her.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good.
And she was probably one of those kids that was tapered for, having her best swims at this time of the year, right? Because some of the kids, you aren't there yet with that. You're starting that now.
Right.
You've got some tired swimmers right now, right?
Exactly.
Which is what you want.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, so that was a good way to end the season, and we're excited right now for what's ahead, and next week a conference, and yeah.
Next Saturday is the conference meet at War Road.
Yep.
And do you know the timetable there?
Next conference is not at War Road.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking sections. I had the sections now. Conference is at where?
Conference is in Wilmer.
Thank you.
And I know you're going to ask me times, but I can't even tell you. I'm not good at that.
Okay.
I want to say noon, but again.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Don't
listen to me.
It's probably going to be listening.
Don't listen to me on the time, and don't listen to you on, War Road. They're going to end up going to conference on War Road, and they're going to miss the whole
I know it's a W.
Yeah.
I'm thinking ahead to the section, not the conference. But you have 2 weeks after conference to section, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so that's your really training time there.
That's our taper time.
Okay. How important is it to have a strong showing at conference meet, knowing that the section meet is coming up? You're not tapering a lot for the section or for the conference meet as much as you are for the section meet, and I'm getting you confused too. But does the conference meet have a real importance to it, or is it more just, hey, let's go and enjoy ourselves and try to improve?
This year we hope to just keep our focus more on the section.
Yeah.
Just go in there and swim the best that we can. That's for this year anyway.
Some years it's different when you're going after the conference
We're going after the conference title, which is not the case this year, so we have to keep our focus. We have to keep our focus on the main thing, and that is sections, because you can look at our section right now, and we hope to get, our goal is always to get as many into the state.
Right.
That's the icing on the cake. And we look at those relays, for example. They're all going to be close. And we're looking at maybe the possibility of getting second in a couple of relays, but that can change. You don't know what Park Rapids is going to do, and Bemidji. Those are two teams that we're going to expect some great competition out of. So we have to look ahead. Keep our sights on section.
And as far as the conference meet goes, Joyce, I know there's all conference and all conference honorable mention. We were talking about that with the cross-country runners earlier from their meet, and I don't know if you remember how that goes. It's like the top three in each event are all conference, and then 4 through 6 are honorable mention.
Yeah.
So there's some individual goals there that,
right,
for those kids in their individual events too. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Anything we missed here?
I think we covered a lot of things, didn't we?
I think so. I have one more question for you, Coach Monk.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait.
What's it like coaching a team without one of your daughters on it?
You know what? I was thinking about that here, because I thought that you would ask that.
Maybe.
It's much more relaxing, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
Because when you have a daughter, you go to practice and you go to meets, but when you go home, you're still in the mode.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not like that this year, and so I find myself being much more relaxed.
Okay.
And I think there's just pressure when you have a kid that's on the team. But
yeah.
I miss them.
I
miss having a swimmer there.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy these girls that we have right now, so I'll adopt them all as my daughters.
There you go. I'm sure and you coached long before you had daughters on the team too. So,
that's right.
Yeah, you've got a big family of daughters out there,
That's a good thought.
Yeah. And I'm sorry I got confused on the site there. I didn't want you taking a third trip to War Road,
No problem. I probably would have went to War Road for conference myself,
Yeah. Hudson, Wisconsin comes to mind, but that was
Stop now.
That was a long time ago. Okay, thanks, Joyce. We'll stop there. Joyce Monk, of the Otter Girls Swimming and Diving Team, joining us on our Super Sports Saturday from the Minnesota Motor Company.